The 49ers 16, the Rams 12 at the end of the first half. And at the end of the first half, our man Ron Pitts had a chance to talk to San Francisco coach Steve Mariucci.
Steve, you guys had a Jekyll and Hyde first half there. What adjustments did you make to finally get it going here?
We really didn't make. We stayed with the game plan. We didn't execute very well in the first quarter. We were against the wind. They were better with the wind, and we were also better with the wind. That's all. T.O.
only had 3 catches going into the half here. Will you try to make sure he gets the ball, or would you just stick to the plan?
We'll stick to the plan, but he'll be included in the plan.
All right. Good luck second half.
Jeff Garcia, who scored the 49ers touchdown, the first one on a quarterback draw, and kept some of their drives alive with his running ability. Funny how you heard Mariucci say they did better with the wind. Most of the time that's true.
Well, look what happened in the first quarter. Total yards, the Rams had 99 and the 49ers only had 26. Rams had 5 first down to the 49ers 1 first down. Then in the second quarter, things were just flip-flop.
From candidate takes the kickoff.
And now you look at the second quarter, and now the 49ers have the win. And now look, they have 100 yards, 9 first down. The Rams only had 26 total yards and 1 first down. So it was almost a complete flip-flop of one quarter to the other.
2 turnovers by the Rams, 1 by the 49ers. 16-12. San Francisco leading. Kurt Warner moves Ernie Conwell from behind him. Fakes to Marshall Faulk. Torrey Holt heard the footsteps, I think. Let's go to Ron Pitts.
Well, Pat, at halftime, I talked to Rams coach Mike Martz. He said the problem with us in the second quarter, way too many mental mistakes. He said we've made enough in that second quarter to last the entire year. I got to get my guys settled down for whatever reason right now. In that quarter, they were just jumpy. On the other side of the football, Jim Moore, the defensive coordinator for the 49ers, he said, hey, I'm going to keep everything working just like it is. I'm not going to change a thing. I got my guys playing fast and hungry, and we're trying to make big plays. That's the key. Pat?
When you play fast and hungry, that's a good sign.
You know, and they're doing it without blitzing, too. I mean, most of the pressure is just a 4-man line.
Ball tripped up by Jason Webster.
And I think that everyone thought that Jim Moore there, who's the defensive coordinator, would kind of copy what the Philadelphia Eagles did in the first game to the Rams and blitz a lot. And Moore is not a big blitzer anyway. And the 49er defense isn't a big blitzing defense. And his feeling is that you just play. Look, there was 19 pass plays, and they only blitzed 2 times. When you play Philadelphia, it's usually just the opposite of that.
It's almost every time, every down. Third down, about 5. Warner back to throw, has time. Gets the pass out to Isaac Bruce, but he won't have enough for the first down. Ahmed Plummer again.
I like Plummer. I mean, you know, when we were talking to Jim Moore the other day, he was saying that he said maybe the Rams have all these guys and they have all this speed and these great all pros. He said, but my guys don't know any better. I mean, they're supposed to beat them. They're supposed to handle them.
He said, I feel good about Ahmed Plummer.
Yeah, and I can see why he feels good about him.
Sutherland back deep. John Baker.
Hold up! Get out of there!
Good punt. Chases Sutherland to the 9. Gets outside to about the 28. And so the 49ers will take over there.
We are a company of Americans, 32,000 men and women who have never felt more pride or love for our fellow man and country. Today, we are pledging our allegiance to America. We stand together. Nothing will keep our country or our company from moving ahead.
Right now, when you buy any 4 Michelin tires, get a pair of Motorola Talk About two-way radios free during Michelin's Make Contact event. They're great for road trips, on the slopes, or for keeping track of the kids. So make contact now at your participating Michelin dealer. Once again, Michelin has earned the J.D. Power and Associates Awards for customer satisfaction in tires. Now that's cause for celebration.
You make it fun. You make it good. You make it one big neighborhood. You make it all just go together. Dr. Pepper, you make the world taste better. Dr. Pepper makes the world taste better. You make the world taste better.
Now we y'all, Dr. Pepper, you make the world taste better.
Yeah, come on.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper makes the world taste better.
Fox tonight, get ready to feel the rush. Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker star in the box office hit that started it all. It's the world broadcast premiere of Rush Hour. Tonight at 8/7 Central, right here on Fox. First and 10, 49ers. That's Kevin Barlow. Shaking tacklers and picking up good yardage. Let's go to Ron Pitts.
Guys, quick injury report for the 49ers. Bad news for them. Garrison Hurst, running back, out for today with a concussion. As far as the offensive line, Derek Deese, he was kicked in the left quad area, left calf area. He is playing, but as you can see, he's limping a lot.
But he is playing. He's a warrior, Derek Deese.
And that's why we're seeing so much of Kevin Barlow, because of that concussion that was sustained by Garrison Hurst in the first half.
Garcia struggling to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all he got.
That's tough for a right tackle. You know, your Scott Gregg is blocking out there, and he has his man blocked pretty well, Chidi Hanatu. And then Jeff Garcia, when he takes off, he runs right to that area. Now, as a pass protector, you know, your quarterback is behind you. You know, so he has to help you out and keep you in position. Jeff Garcia on that last play didn't help Scott Gregg out.
3rd and 1. Terry Jackson is the running back now, or the lone back, not a runner. Pass incomplete. Stokes, that was not a drop. I think that was either a broken pattern or a bad throw.
Well, that was Dre Bly was there. You know, I've been saying this, you know, last year and this year, the defensive backs are starting to play the slants better than the receivers are running them. And they're just running right to that point of where the slant's going to go, and that's what Dre Bly did that time.
Oz Hakeem back for Jason Baker's effort. This one's better. That's his best one. Oz Hakeem takes it, and he's dangerous. 49ers do a good job, and the Rams will take over at about the 28-yard line. 16-12, San Francisco leading, after the Rams early looked like they would take them out of the park.
Point, shoot, create. The HP Pavilion 7970 with the Intel Pentium 4 processor. How will you use it? Save up to $250 by mail on the HP Digital Photography Studio.
You ready for a cold one?
Yeah.
Is that cold enough for you?
It's cold. It's not Coors Light. Brewed at the edge of freezing to lock in that Rocky Mountain cold taste. Coors Light. Ah, tasty.
Who ate all the cheese curls? That's ridiculous.
Pep Boys salutes the spirit of America. For over 80 years, we've been proud to be a part of that spirit. proud to have helped keep America moving. Now more than ever, you can count on us to keep you moving and help keep America's spirit strong.
Why do I rent from Enterprise? For more cargo room. More people room. Or more headroom. Enterprise. So easy, it's like having a second car. Or third.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up. This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Next week, Fox NFL Sunday begins with America's #1 pregame show as JB, Terry, Howie, and Chris get you ready for kickoff. Then Warren Sapp and the dominating Bucs defense try to stop Randy Moss and the potent Vikings offense in an NFC Central showdown. Or the Falcons battle the Cardinals or other regional action. It all begins at noon. This is Marshall Faulk.
Yeah, there's only been one receiver that caught a pass over 30 yards, and that was Ernie Conwell. And you look at, the yellows are the complete, the reds are the incomplete, and the blues are interception. And you can see that Kurt Warner's thrown one in this area. And then most of the passes, he spread them out right and left, but most of the passes are in this area of under 15 yards. He's only completed really one ball over 15 yards and one right at the 15-yard mark.
Second down. It's back. The ball. Warner stays to block. Flag on the play. Cheeky Okafor chased him down.
Yeah, that's a pretty good vision for a running back. The Rams are going to be called for holding on this play, but Marshall Faulk to be able to run to the right and then see what was happening back there to the left, that there was nothing back there. And then he just went right back there and got it.
Number 88, offense, 10-yard penalty. Second hold.
That's the 5th penalty on a wide receiver, the 3rd penalty on Torrey Holt today. Now he's just grabbing him right there. You see that right hand?
Yep.
He just. Sometimes you get it up there, and if you bring it right back off, they won't call it. But if you get it up there like that, and then you hold on to it as long as he did, they're going to call that. Again, this could be an NFL record for penalties on wide receivers.
If they keep such things.
5 of them. Well, we'll just say it's a record.
Okay, it's a record.
Torrey Holt has 3.
Say it. Less than a foot.
Yeah, but a chain length and a half there. I think this is the type of thing that Kurt Warner's not a quarterback sneak runner, although this is a quarterback sneak situation. Yeah. But I think this is the time that they give this ball to Marshall Faulk.
He's deep.
Lead here and hand to Faulk. Or you hand to the guy you think's going to lead.
To Robert Holcomb.
I don't know that he made that yellow line. See that yellow line in there? He has to get to or beyond it.
The official is indicating he did.
Well, it was only a chain length, remember, or a chain and a half length. So all he has to do was just hit in there and get, right in this area somewhere. The line of scrimmage, they get a little push right there. Yeah, he made it easy. Yeah, because the Ram offensive line won that on the line of scrimmage, and they got the little push. And when you only need a few inches, that's going to get it for you.
1st and 10, Rams. Warner back to throw it. Going deep. Hendon for Torrey Holt. Incomplete. Warner didn't quite get it there.
Well, that's what he was worried about. Remember, he told us last night, he said that if I have any problem, it's going to be with throwing the deep ball. And again, because he has a sprained thumb on his passing hand, he said that's the toughest thing, where he has to grip it.
Well, look at it.
I say it, I mean, it looks like the last shot out of a Roman candle.
Second and 10. Warner again back. looking to throw and does and has the man. Ricky Prohl.
Well, that's all about pass protection there because he had the time to do that. He was trying to throw to his left, and then he came back to Prohl as like his third receiver. And it just, without pass protection, this couldn't happen. Watch Orlando Pace here. I mean, he's as good as it gets at pass protection. Watch him look left, left, left. Now he has to come back. Then he looked right, then came back to the middle. And offense is great pass protection. Defense, it's bad pass rush to let the quarterback have that many choices before he throws.
That was Ricky Prohl's 500th career reception with 4 different teams. Warner has some time. Looking and throws it back over the middle to Marshall Faulk. And Faulk is pushed out of bounds inside the 49er 30 at about the 28.
That's the thing about Marshall Faulk. You know, he's not only a very good running back and a good receiver, but he's an awfully smart player. And I think when Kurt Warner gets in trouble, he looks for Marshall Faulk. And I think Marshall Faulk does things like this. I mean, he was way out there on the left. He sees Kurt Warner kind of come to his right, so he comes to him. He continues his cross and lets Kurt Warner find him. And I think Kurt Warner is probably looking at it. You know, if you get in trouble and you need a play, the guy that will get you out of trouble a lot of the time will be Marshall Faulk.
There are certain guys like that, and he's one of them. Faulk on a reverse. This is to Torrey Holt. Holt loses yardage back to about the 30.
Holt hasn't had one of his better days, had he? With the penalties and drop passes and running a reverse and nothing being there. You know, the Rams probably run as many reverses as anyone. I mean, they run reverses, they run screens, and they have an interesting reverse I haven't seen yet this year, but that's when they put Oz Hakeem in there. And he runs a reverse, and then he was a high school quarterback, then he runs an option off of that reverse.
Second down, this is Trung Canada. He and Faulk were in the game at the same time. Not enough for the first. It'll be third and passing down.
Yeah, that's where they really put you in a bind. What they do here is they have Trung Candidate and Marshall Faulk in here. Now they can give you a 3-wide receiver look with that. And what they do is they bring Marshall Faulk out here, and here's 2 wide receivers. It looks like 3 wide receivers. They bring Conwell into the backfield, still have Trung Candidate there. So if you play pass, they run. If you play run, then they throw.
3rd and 7. Ricky Prohl was the man in motion. That's out Hakeem, and Warner just laid it right in there. So many places to go.
Yeah, and Kurt Warner is one of those guys that is going to hang in there and hang in there. His offensive line, I think, kind of took control of this drive and gave him a lot of time. And then he was able to make some of these decisions and make some of these throws. And we talk about the guys you have to cover. You know about Torrey Holt, you know about Isaac Bruce, Marshall Faulk. Then they bring in Oz Hakeem as their 3rd wide receiver. He's probably faster than any of them.
And then there's Ernie Conwell and Robinson.
And Ricky Prohl.
Yeah. So it's the Rams 19, the 49ers 16.
Love playing around with stuff? Then get into Best Buy, where you can play around as long as you'd like. Actually, that's half the fun. Best Buy. Go ahead, turn on the fun.
Check this out. Bob here needs a car.
How about a pickup? A black one. With a place for my bike.
Autotrader.com. Over 1.5 million used cars, make it the biggest, best used car site on the planet.
Need a loan?
Oh, yeah.
Autotrader.com. Your car is waiting.
The hottest new handhelds are at Taco Bell. New for 2001, the Chicken Quesadilla. The CQ has a blend of smooth cheddar, mellow mozzarella, and zesty pepper jack cheeses. The GUI interface is further enhanced by marinated all-white meat chicken for maximum flavor delivery. And the grilled tortilla is ergonomically designed for easy downloading. For a tasty handheld that supports both lunch and dinner platforms, try the new Chicken Quesadilla today and see how it feels to think outside the bun.
My fellow citizens, for the last 9 days, the entire world has seen for itself the state of our union, and it is strong.
Long time Ram equipment man and confidant Don Hewitt, retired now. Benny Sutherland, 2 yards deep in the end zone, brings it out. Sutherland almost broke something. Rich Cody knocked him out of bounds. 6:47. Mike Martz is upset, I'd say. 6:47 left in the third.
For every individual in trouble or in pain. With the thoughts I'll be thinking I could be another Lincoln. If I only had a brain.
Presenting the card with a brain, the Smart Visa card, the future of payment available now. Just visit Visa.com. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
You take as much care with the customer's car as you do with your wife's. You call each customer to make sure they're satisfied with the work. And your waiting room has coffee people actually like. So it comes as no surprise that the auto parts you recommend and install are AC Delco. When the right way is the only way. AC Delco Automotive Parts.
For a chance to win a trip to France in our Drive to Victory sweepstakes, enter at participating service centers or visit acdelco.com.
Hello? You have a patient. Who is this? She has a number locked in her troubled mind. I need that number. What's your worst fear, Nathan? We have your daughter.
Daddy.
Don't think. Wherever you go, you will be watched.
Just get her back.
I need you to help me. Don't question. Is it a telephone number?
No.
Is it a code? Michael Douglas.
You want me to say what?
What is it? Don't say a word.
I'll never tell any of you.
Rated R. Friday, only in theaters.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Taco Bell's new Chicken Quesadilla. By Best Buy, for the latest technology, turn on the fun at Best Buy. By Visa, it's everywhere NFL fans want to be. And by Autotrader.com, biggest, best used car site on the planet.
Back in San Francisco, 49ers have the ball. Rams lead by field goal, 19-16. Garcia back to throw it. Pressure from Wistrom. He gets rid of that. Completes the pass to Eric Johnson.
Remember, Pat, just before that timeout, you're talking about Mike Martz, and he was upset. Watch this. Watch Anthony Party there. He's gonna come and make the clip right there. Now watch Mike Martz after he sees that. You're gonna see him right here come running in. He sees that clip, and what the heck was that about? Anthony Parker came in and he had him zeroed in, and he did clip him.
Yep.
And he clipped him right in front of Mike Martz.
And got away with it. Barlow. A lot of dancing without much music. Maybe lost a yard.
One thing that the 49ers are kind of that master of that short passing game, but sometimes to really keep that effective, you have to do some deep stuff too. And you have to get the ball around. Like J.J. Stokes has only caught one pass for 5 yards. Ty Street has only caught one pass for 5 yards.
3rd and 6. Garcia Incomplete. J.J. Stokes behind him a bit. Catch he could have made, however.
Yeah, that's one of the things. J.J. Stokes has had a leg injury, a hamstring, and really didn't practice much. When we were there Friday, it was kind of the first day he practiced, and when you don't practice, you know, you're out there and you know the play and you know where you're supposed to go, but you don't get in that routine or you don't get in that rhythm. I think some of those things are a little obvious today.
Jason Baker will punt for the 49ers. Oz Hakeem, who just scored a touchdown, back deep for the Rams. This one's going to hang up there pretty good, and Hakeem wisely signals fair catch. So the Rams will take over at just about their own 30.
You almost done?
Yes, sir, Mr. Curse. Got your DirecTV system all hooked up. Also signed you up for all your local channels.
Cool.
And set you up with the NFL Sunday ticket so your family can watch you every Sunday.
All right, hey, good effort.
I'll let myself out.
NFL Sunday ticket. Up to 13 regular season games every Sunday, and it's not on cable. Now get our best programming package free for 4 months, plus free installation.
Hey, your pen!
Keep it! A beer owes its life to the brewmaster. He's the creator and final judge. Every day, the fate of 1,000 barrels of beer rests in the brewmaster's hands. By taste alone, he knows if it's Miller beer or an imposter in Miller's clothes. The beer that ends up in a can or a bottle is happy to be alive. And the brewmaster said, this beer is good. This beer is ready for Miller time.
On the season premiere, that 70s show is going where it's never been before.
Your hair, it's making me paranoid.
The 80s.
Step away from that stereo.
But hi, I got the new Leo Sayer album.
That 70s show. Then, forget about home. There's no place like a co-ed dorm.
We can't do this.
I'll go fast like a man. Just give it.
No, wait.
The series premiere of Undeclared, followed by the series premiere of Love Cruise. It all starts at 8/7 Central, Fox Tuesday.
This fall, baseball's postseason unfolds right here on Fox. First 8 of baseball's best battle it out in the American and National League Division Series on both Fox and Fox Family. Then follow the drama of the ALCS and the NLCS and the World Series. All of it on Fox, exclusively. Here's Warner to Paul. First down, Rams.
That's the thing that Falk does so well is just took those check throughs or check downs. Look at Kurt Warner there. He's completed 15 for 24, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Marshall Falk 10 rushes, 53 yards, and then receiving, Marshall Falk has 4 receptions, 40 yards.
And the Rams have a first down at their own 40. Warner. Blitz was coming, and Warner got rid of it to Isaac Bruce.
Oh, he hung in there. Kurt Warner hung in there. There was times on that last drive where he had a little too much time. This time he has to stand in there and throw that ball. And watch him. He stands there and steps up. Yep. Just as Stubblefield was coming up, Dana Stubblefield is coming right in his face. Kurt Warner has to step right into Stubblefield to get that ball to Isaac Bruce.
That was not a blitz. That was just the front 4.
And that was the thing that the Rams were worried about, is the pressure from these 2 guys. Generally, they've controlled it pretty well today.
Yes, they have. Warner. Pass is caught by Isaac Bruce. First down.
That Plummer, I think, has gotten a little, he's playing a little soft now. I think he had so much early. You see how far off he is. Early, you just felt that he was playing with a lot of confidence. Oz Hakeem beat him on that corner, and now the way he's playing offensive, he doesn't look like he has that same confidence that he had for the first 2 quarters, or the first 3 quarters.
Slipped just as he started to make his close.
Yeah, but he wasn't playing aggressively, and he was a little off. He was waiting for something to happen to him.
Here's Warner. Zips it to Paul. He knew right where he was going to be, and he hit him.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Marshall Faulk is that you can look everywhere else. That's what Kurt Warner can do. He can look at his wide receivers, and he can look downfield, but he knows that if he doesn't, he always has him checking through and getting in this area here as these guys vacate. Now just watch what Marshall Faulk does. You see, he'll come through, and then he just sits down right there. He just sits down, lets the zone defense go behind him, and then Kurt Warner always has that check down for Marshall Faulk.
Knew exactly where he was. He gives to Faulk. Across the 15 to about the 13. Hit by Zach Bronson.
That's the old trap. Tom Newton, the left guard, comes across and makes a trap at Marshall Faulk, who runs right off of Newton's block. I said this earlier, I think that the Rams have so many good players and so much speed, so much talent that one of the areas that they're pretty good that doesn't get mentioned a lot is their offensive line. This guy right here, Tom Newton, just made a heck of a block.
Well, they've been together a long time, and an offensive line needs that. Ball incomplete. Bruce, the intended target.
Plummer got his confidence back that time.
He's more aggressive.
Yeah, there was a couple plays he wasn't as aggressive, but you can see him here. He's going to play this one aggressively. Isaac Bruce tries to hook right in front of him, and he comes right through him and gets that left arm, that left hand over his shoulder.
Makes it 2nd and 10. You know, the footing here is a lot better since they don't play baseball here. It's still not the best, but it's a lot better.
Yeah, it's always, as the game goes on, the field is always going to get damp here.
Here's Warner to Isaac Bruce at about the 8.
The thing that I like about Isaac Bruce, I always felt that he was one of the best receivers in all of football, and we were talking to Kurt Warner about this last night, that no matter what, he hangs in there. You know, like the Philadelphia game, he doesn't catch any ball, but he keeps working, and then in overtime, he catches 2, and the one big one that helps him win the game.
How about that day we were at practice in preseason when he had to jump the fence and the fans? And
that was one of the darndest athletic moves I've ever seen. They had the fans right up there, and he caught the ball and he was going into the fans, and instead of going in or falling into the fans, he jumped right over the whole crowd.
And up the bank.
Back about 5 minutes later. But he's one of those guys that works like heck too, and really loves to work and can run all day and those types of things. And about 5 years ago in his career, that kind of hurt him a little bit.
Yeah.
He'd have those hamstring problems. He would just work himself to dehydration and then keep going and then pull a hamstring.
Said earlier that both teams have those American flags on the back of their helmets.
Kurt Warner is mad at someone on the bench there because they kept sending different personnel packages in. This is about the 3rd one. Again, here you got an empty backfield, no one back here.
Here's Warner. Incomplete. Good defensive play. Intended for Oz Hakeem, broken up by Jason Webster.
Yeah, that's the other corner, the other second-year corner. Both those guys, Plummer and Webster, were rookies a year ago, and you see Webster here, number 36, again makes a good jump in that ball, doesn't touch him, but gets his hand and arm beyond him. Just because if you run into him, they're going to call pass interference, but he just came in here and by throwing that right hand, got the right hand in front of Oz Hakeem.
Wilkins 2 for 2 with a long one of 44 yards. This one's 25. And Wilkins is good again. Ram lead is 22-16. It's the news show that everyone's been talking about, the best damn sports show, period. It's the new nightly show that features a comedian who's a diehard sports fan and a bunch of ex-jocks who really know the game. With sports comedy, commentary, and constantly updated scores and highlights. What more could you want from the show? Introducing the best damn sports show, period, premiering tomorrow. at 7:30 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. only on Fox Sports Net. Ex-Jocks, comedian who knows the game. Is that possible?
No. Knows the game is what? What did he do? Play it?
No.
Coach it?
Yeah. Comedian who knows the game.
Well, how does he know it? What did you do? Watch it?
I guess. Bet on it?
Yeah. You know, this happens all the time. You know, we talk about this field and the wind.
Yep.
The ball will always go off the tee at least once every time you play a game here. If it goes off 2 times in a row, then they have to have a holder. 1 time they can re-tee it.
Kenny Sutherland will start from a yard deep in the end zone. Sacrifices his body up to the 23. San Francisco offensive leaders, Garcia, of course, rushing and passing, and Owens has caught just 3 passes, 21 yards. I don't know how many he had a chance to catch.
You know, and that Jeff Garcia running is the thing that really got these 49ers going, because they were, you know, throwing all the short passes, and having to punt, and then he got some of those middle runs, and remember that big bootleg to the left? That was a big play.
Barlow gets out to the 30, right up the middle. Almost broke it.
And he's getting a little confidence, too. You know, and you have to do that. I mean, success breeds confidence, and you have to, you know, which comes first? You have a little success and then get confident, or you have the confidence and get success? And I've always felt for rookies that they have to have success, and then the more success they have, the higher their confidence will go.
Barlow's a rookie from Pitt, 6'1" and 238. Gets another carry. That'll take some of the confidence away. Archuleta.
And that's what Archuleta was drafted for. Archuleta was a linebacker at Arizona State, and they made him a strong safety, but he's still going to be better as he plays up close to the line of scrimmage. You know, like John Lynch is down there at Tampa Bay. I mean, the closer to the line of scrimmage is, the better player he is. I think Adam Archuleta is a lot like John Lynch. In fact, I think he was probably drafted to play John Lynch's position because Lovie Smith is the defensive coordinator, and I think that the things that Lynch does, they expect Archuleta to do.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score: the Rams 22, the 49ers 16. Fox NFL Sunday from San Francisco will continue after a word from your local Fox station.
Beer spends hours before it's really beer. Then yeast is added and then suddenly beer is born. It's alive. The yeast is everything. It's a beer's genes, its bloodlines. Frederick Miller carried this yeast here from Germany in his pocket nearly 150 years ago. It's our beer's past, present, future. Not many get to see it. Even fewer get to touch it. But when it's Miller time, you can always taste it.
Back to school's the perfect time to get America Online.
It's the ultimate school supply.
AOL is always there to help me. It's almost like having a homework buddy right there. Keep in touch with my friends when I go away to school.
Instant messages are amazing.
Cool way to communicate.
AOL helps my kids get ready for school. It's really, really fast.
Good deals on a lot of school supplies.
Sweaters, skirts, pants, and computers.
I let my mom handle school supplies.
Mother of the Year, right here.
Back to school time is the perfect time to experience America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1. Call 1-800-4ONLINE.
I can't stay here another minute.
Not what you need to hear. Then Super 8's where you need to stay. As clean as can be 1,900 times over. Clean, friendly Super 8. All the room you want.
What? They gave our room away?
Not what you want to hear. Then Super 8's where you want to stay. Where VIP members get guaranteed rooms and 10% off. Clean, friendly Super 8. All the room you want.
NFL Sunday Ticket is brought to you in part by Super 8 Motels.
Pat Summerall, John Madden back in San Francisco, where the St. Louis Rams lead 22-16.
The good news for the 49ers is they're going in the direction where most of the points have been scored. There's been 38 points scored, and 35 of them have been by the team going in this direction.
Well, Steve Mariucci said they did well with the wind at their back. And this is Owens, and again juggles it. That's a little behind him. Those are hard catches, but those are catches he normally makes.
Yeah, when you're paid that kind of money and you're that caliber of player, you have to make those kind of catches. It looks like it's more the height of it. I mean, if there's an area, remember as a baseball player and stuff, you know, there's an area right above your waist. Do you put your fingers together or do you put your thumbs together to catch it? You know, higher you put your thumbs together, and then lower you put your fingers together. And if you get in between, you know, it's which do you do, but that's no excuse.
High kick this time. Oz Hakeem will take it. And Oz Hakeem can go. And he almost did go.
And Jason Baker, the punter, made that tackle, right? That's one of the things that's always been embarrassing for a punt returner is anytime the punter tackles you.
Next week, Fox NFL Sunday begins with America's #1 pregame show. JB, Terry, Howie, and Chris get you ready for kickoff. Then Warren Sapp and the dominating Bucs defense we were just talking about trying to stop Randy Moss and the potent Viking offense. It wasn't so potent today. That's an NFC Central showdown, or the Falcons battle the Cardinals for other regional action. Coverage begins at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Rams at the 49er 40, and Warner, and here comes the blitz. And the pass is caught by Isaac Bruce, and Bruce steps out of a couple of tacklers, and he's going to score.
That's the thing that they can do. They get you. I mean, if you want to blitz them, then you better be able to tackle in the open field. And Isaac Bruce in the first game was a little quiet, although he made a couple of big plays. And today he's coming up real big.
He got a good block from Robinson, and he stepped out of everything else.
Well, you see here, he starts, and it's just a little hook. Now, right now, you have to make a tackle there, or you have to make the tackle there, or you have to make the tackle there. I mean, they're going to catch these kinds of passes, but you have to tackle them. Part of it was a good pass protection, a nice pass by Kurt Warner, a good catch and run by Isaac Bruce, but poor tackling and poor angles by the 49er defense.
It was a good block by Jeff Robinson.
Rams going for 2 here.
Yep.
Empty backfield.
There's a gap right in the middle, but Warner doesn't go. He gets it in for the 2 to Ricky Prohl.
There was a gap in the middle, but he didn't run in that gap in the middle. He threw in that gap in the middle.
So the Rams move further ahead.
A unique 5-door design. Formula One style E-Shift. Introducing the IS 300 Sport Cross from Lexus. Totally unexpected. At your Lexus dealer.
Water sustains life. But why sustain when you can kick? Gatorade. It's got stuff water doesn't have. Proven to get you not just back, but through, over, and above.
Breaker 19.
I'll be at the Lone Star Motel.
What room?
Room 17.
It started out as a simple prank.
We had a little incident here last night. The victim was staying in room 17. Ripped his jaw clean off.
But now, the joke
You really ought to get that fixed.
Get what fixed?
is on them.
Your tail light.
Go, 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 go! Come on!
Joyride. Rated R, October 5th.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Lexus and their passionate pursuit of perfection. By Don't Say a Word, starring Michael Douglas, Friday only in theaters. By Domino's Pizza. Get the door, it's Domino's. And by Sprint PCS, the clear alternative to cellular.
(30-16). Cedric Wilson is back deep for the 49ers to return the kickoff. And they'll take it at the 5.5. Wilson to the 40.
Let's watch that Isaac Bruce touchdown again, Pat, and how you can take a little pass right here and a little hook and just make a big play out of it by running after the catch. Now, again, that's a good run, but very poor angles by the 49er defense and poor tackling. That just shows how far he runs. That, you know, that he started that thing short on the left side and ended up in the right corner of the end zone.
Well, we were talking about some of the athletic moves he's made. Here's Garcia. Drops it out to his tight end, Eric Johnson. A pickup of about 7.
You know, Eric Johnson, we talked about him earlier. He was a wide receiver at Yale. And Steve Mariucci said they drafted him in the 7th round, but they thought of drafting him in the 5th round. So because he was a big receiver. In fact, in one game at Yale, he caught 21 passes.
Weighs 256.
Well, because he thickened up. That was a word I'd never heard before. He said he can play wide receiver, and then if he thickens up, he can be a tight end. And he's thickened up, and he's going to thicken up more.
It's a very descriptive word. Owens this time shakes some tacklers. Big, strong, wide receiver.
I think he's probably very upset with himself that, you know, he really hasn't been in today's game. No. I've seen Carol Owens play for so many years, and and I've always thought that he's a great player, but today it's like he hasn't had the concentration or whatever it is. He really hasn't been into this game.
He's split wide to the right. Garcia looks in his direction. Owens, a good play by Williams. Aeneas Williams back to break it up, and he's shadowing Owens.
And here's Aeneas Williams, number 35, a great cornerback who played all those years for the Arizona Cardinals. Finally gets a chance to play with a good team here. And this is a thing that Lovie Smith decided to do. He knows that Aeneas Williams is his best corner. He knows that the Rams have had trouble with Carol Owens, so he put Aeneas Williams on him all day.
Garcia wants some changes. He puts Owens in motion. He drops the throw. He's going to get screened, and does, to Terry Jackson. And Jackson gets close to a first down for the 49ers.
Terry Jackson's the guy that they like, and they'd like to get in the game more. He led the team in tackles on special teams last year, so he's one of those kind of guys, and and hasn't played a lot on offense. But you just watch him in practice the other day, and they're trying to get places for him, and to get places for him, you get plays for him, and we just saw one of the plays.
Another big back. He's 230 from Florida. Garcia. Barlow.
Yep, you got to get the middle linebacker block. London Fletcher is the guy. He's going to be back here, and he's just going to knife through and get penetration and get to a point right there. You see him here. You see him get to that penetration. In fact, you have blitzes against the passes. You also have blitzes against run. This is a run blitz, and it was a perfect call or a perfect read in that situation.
It's a timeout, San Francisco.
London Fletcher played back, so you don't account for him on the line of scrimmage. So you block the lineman on the line of scrimmage, and then he hits the hole just about the time the ball is snapped. So he really was on the line of scrimmage.
That's his 10th tackle. London Fletcher had 3 cousins in our meeting last night, all of whom were taller than he.
Oh, bigger. They got all the height, and old London got the shorts.
He didn't like that.
No, he's a good player, though. He's a good player. There's Lovie Smith, who's done a great job in a very short time. He's the defensive coordinator of the Rams, and he came in there and turned this team around, this defensive team, and he made hustlers out of them. They grade every play. Bill Kohler, the other guy, the defensive line coach. They grade every play, and they grade for lows. London Fletcher was telling us last night, this is in practice or in game. He said the worst thing you can get is a low.
Yep.
Mike Martz was out on the field there. He was on the 30-yard line. It looks like he wants something challenged.
Yeah.
What it is, the thing that he'd have to be challenged because they threw him for a loss is the spot. That's the only thing, because the 49ers ran the ball. London Fletcher, hit the hole. So he has to be challenged where the officials spotted the ball. This year, the referees are going to tell us before they go in there what they're looking for.
Well, he didn't do that.
Well, he hasn't gone in. He didn't go in.
He just talked to somebody. I'm not sure.
Bill Levy's a referee.
Yeah.
He's a San Jose. He's from San Jose, close to here.
There will be no challenge on that play because the spot wasn't involved with the first down. St. Louis will not be charged a timeout.
Bill Levy was a policeman in San Jose and a firefighter. He's a retired firefighter.
At the same time?
No. He was a policeman first for 11 years, and then later he was a firefighter in San Jose. And then he retired, and he's been an official like 6 years in the league. But this is his first year as an NFL official.
Some retirement.
In fact, this is his first game. This is his first regular season game as an NFL official.
4th and 2. Streets goes in motion. Garcia drops the throw. Now he's looking around and running around. And he got his first down to Owens.
And Owens did a great job of coming back because Aeneas Williams was with him. And it looked like Jeff Garcia left that ball in the air a long time. Aeneas Williams is trying to get back, but he can't. Terrell Owens is trying to get back, and he does. Watch the coverage here. See him. Terrell Owens just beats him back to the ball. He was going up, then he made an adjustment to come back. Your quarterback starts to scramble. You help him out by coming back to him.
Garcia and the 49ers have their first down, and Garcia goes up the middle. Incomplete, intended for Eric Johnson. He had a pack of Rams right around him.
We knew that they were going to try this. Just watching them practice, when they got inside the red zone, they were throwing quite a bit the other day to Eric Johnson. And the thing that Jeff Garcia says that he can get open. And Jeff Garcia had another word for Eric Johnson. He said he gives you some mismatchability. Another word I never
Another
heard.
new word.
Yeah, well, Mariucci said he had to thicken up.
Yeah.
And
I know what that means.
mismatchability.
Here's Garcia. Barlow to the 10.
I think the 49ers are finding a running back in this game.
I think so too.
Garrison Hurst, was sharing time with Barlow, or the starter. Garrison Hurst got a concussion in the first half. I think it was that one that Chidi Hanatu hit him on. Remember, he caught that pass in the middle there. So Barlow, who was going to spot or play sparingly, is now taking the whole load in the second half.
Beasley and Barlow are behind Garcia. Owens comes in motion. Here's Garcia. Incomplete. Intended for Johnson again. Those of you who just joined us from the Boston area, we're in San Francisco, the 49ers and the Rams. It's 30-16. The Rams leading San Francisco, and it's 4th down and about 4 for the 49ers at the Ram 10. Jeff Garcia. Back to throw. Buying time. got his first down touchdown. Terry Jackson.
That's the thing that feet can buy you. You know, that any time that a quarterback can move around, then he can always buy more time for his receivers. You see, Jeff Garcia's moving around and doing that, that allows Terry Jackson to get open. I think it allowed some other guys to get open too, but you see Garcia's, he was coming out of there, he was directing traffic, he was saying, you go this way, you go that way. The guy that he found was Terry Jackson.
30-22, 30-23. Cortez extra point moves the 49ers within a touchdown.
We salute the American spirit.
We pledge our allegiance to the flag.
We will stand with our fellow airlines.
We vow to continue.
We will keep America flying.
We will rise.
Caldo, calduccio, caldissimo. Aspetta,
Wouldn't it be great if you could buy anything, anywhere, with your cell phone? Wireless e-business, coming from IBM.
I just called to ask, how are the kids? And she flowers the kids.
But if I heard right, then you'd come home and say, why didn't you flower my kids?
Am I here right now? It's just me.
No, ma'am. It's the static on your cell phone. Here, Sprint PCS built the only all-digital, all-PCS nationwide network. So your calls are clear.
So no more of this, right?
Not on my watch, ma'am.
2,500 minutes for $39.99 from Sprint PCS.
Fridays this fall, the future's a whole new animal. The Dark Angel season premiere.
Are you ready?
Friday at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Back in San Francisco, the 49ers just scored. It's 30-23. Cortez the kickoff. Strong candidate. Back deep for the Rams. This one sails deep into the end zone. Let's have a look at some of the scoring from today. In the first half, Warner to Robinson. Garcia. Quarterback draw. Barlow. That was the second 49er touchdown. Here come the Rams back. Warner to Hakeem. Isaac Bruce. What a beautiful run all the way across the field. Garcia. Terry Jackson. We're back with the Rams as the ball first and 10 at their own 20. Warner to Falk.
They do that very well. You know, Kurt Warner is not a running quarterback and doesn't sprint or roll a lot, but they do about 3 or 4 bootlegs a game. And that was one of the bootlegs. And again, they're able to get flow going one way, then the quarterback goes the opposite way. And then they, you know, that play is for Marshall Faulk. That's what the 49ers were saying about Marshall Faulk. When they do something with it, when they split him out, when they fake, when they do something, they're doing it to get him the ball. I mean, Marshall Faulk is never a decoy.
Pay him too much to be a decoy. Warner to Bruce. Had it, lost it. The 49ers pick it up. And I think it's a 49er ball. I'm not sure there's a flag on the play.
Well, that was Jason Webster. The corner was running right with him.
This one I'll bet you is going to be reviewed. Face mask at the end of it.
I mean, that's against the Rams.
Yeah.
49ers have the ball. 49er offense is going on the field. The Ram offense is going off the field.
Personal foul. Grabbing the face mask, number 45 of the passing team. The penalty will be enforced from the end of the run. First down.
Apparently, there's not going to be a review.
Yeah, there could still be a review until the ball snaps.
Did he have possession?
Number 36, you see, is Jason Webster here. He has 1, 2. Oh, yeah, he has possession. He had Webster knock the ball out. Then the ball stays in bounds. Lance Schulters picks it up and brings it back. Yeah, that was just staying with it because Isaac Bruce did catch it. It was a great throw. Isaac Bruce does catch the ball, and Jason Webster just takes it out. And here's the penalty right there, the face mask.
Jeff Robinson.
But that was a heck of a play by Jason Webster to stay with that thing after Isaac Bruce had caught it.
Garcia brings Owens in motion all the way across the field. Fakes and rolls in that direction and gets it out to Justin Swift, who gets down close to a first down.
Look at this here, the 49er offense. Steve Mariucci said that in the first half they were lousy against the wind, very good with the wind. And look at their offense, 170 yards with the wind, 13 first downs, 23 points. When they've been against the wind, they haven't been very good, and they are with the wind in this quarter.
1 first down against the wind.
No, and all their success has been when they're going the way that they're going right now. I mean, this is a young team, this 49er team, and one of the youngest in the NFL, and they really hung in there. I mean, they're playing a very good team. I mean, they're playing one of the better teams in the NFL, and they've hung in there with them. I mean, they've scored, the Rams score, and then the 49ers come right back and score. You know, they need a play on defense. Jason Webster gets them to play. Plummer gets an interception for them. They've hung in there for very young players. They need some running. Barlow gets it for them. And their young players are, as I say, stepping up a little today.
Barlow bangs away for a first down and more.
Matt Willig is the left tackle now. Derek Deese injured himself the first quarter. Then the first half. Then he came back and played a little more. And then Matt Willig is now in there at the left tackle, and he's doing a pretty good job. I mean, this is where they're running. Here's Willig right there, and he was right there at the right of the screen blocking against Grant Wiscombe.
Both the 49er tackles now are 6'8". Jackson, there's a flag on the play.
And that's a referee in the area he calls holding.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is. The referee protects the quarterback and watches the right side of the offensive line, the right tackle, for holding.
Illegal use of the hands to the face. Number 77 offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
That's the guy you were just talking about.
He's talking about Matt Willig, and the referee watched that one all the way across. Matt Willig is over here on the left side. He's number 77. There's the hand to the face. You see that left hand to the face? Here's a referee. He was looking right at it. Him here, he's going to be right here. He gets up there. He's okay. He's okay right there. Now you're still okay. Get it off. He just didn't get it off quickly enough.
Fake to Jackson. Out to Eric Johnson. Didn't fool many people.
You know, we talked to the Ram defense, and they were keying everything when the 49ers do that fake or that bootleg. They bootleg every time to the right side. Now, 49ers fooled them once already when they came back and bootlegged to the left.
(30 to 23, 7:55 left to play now. Jackson, draw play, and Terry Jackson with an extra effort gets down to about the 15.
They found a couple of new backs, although Jackson's not a rookie. He's a third-year guy. Barlow's a rookie, but they are hard runners, and they're big, strong guys, and they're powerful. And you can see when they put their shoulders down, the piles go backward. You're like if a runner, you don't want you to go backward. You want the pile, the other guys, to go backward, and you keep going forward.
He got about 5 extra yards after first contact. Jackson's, as you said, another big guy. He's about 230. Jackson stays in the game behind Garcia. 4 wide receivers. Here comes the Ram blitz. Garcia.
Well, he just threw that away. I think they have to go for a field goal here. And they're going to. You have to, because
field goal unit.
You know, there's still plenty of time. I mean, they're down by 7 points. They need 7 points, but you could say that this is aggressive because what they're doing is they're going for the win here. In other words, you'll get a field goal here. Now you're 4 points down, and a touchdown, instead of tying the game, a touchdown is going to beat them. Saw Aeneas Williams limping off the field a little there, but he's been kind of limping off the field this whole game.
And a couple weeks ago against the Eagles. Cortez from 33 yards out. Plenty of distance and ripped it through. 6:47 left. It's 30-26. The Rams over the 49ers.
Joe has attitude.
Joe, anger management. Joe, anger management.
Terry has issues.
Every nickel that we spend is a nickel that we have to steal. Now, that's a lot of nickels.
They're hitting the road.
Morning, ladies.
Is this a joke?
No, ma'am. This is a bank robbery.
But the road is hitting back.
Are you all right? Oh!
Bandits.
Oh, what'd you do that for?
I've got anger management issues.
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, October 12th. A unique 5-door design. Formula One style E-Shift. Introducing the IS300 Sport Cross from Lexus. Totally unexpected. At your Lexus dealer.
Here's your large pizza and free cheesy bread.
Free? I didn't get you anything.
Oh, that's okay.
No, it's not okay.
Oh, well,
Free cheesy bread. That's great. Here you go. I know it's not much, but it's dishwasher safe.
Get a free order of Domino's delicious mozzarella and cheddar-covered cheesy bread when you call now and buy any large one-topping pizza for $9.99. Make it a meal with wings and a 2-liter Coke. Get the door. It's Domino's.
Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker in the box office hit that started it all.
which one of y'all keeping me?
The world broadcast premiere, Rush Hour, tonight at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Cortez to kick off. 30-26. Rams by 4. In this direction, he's been ripping them out of the end zone. This one not as deep and is brought out by Trump candidate. Outside the 30 this fall, baseball's postseason unfolds right here on Fox. First 8 of baseball's best battling out in the American and National League Division Series on both Fox and Fox Family. Then follow the drama of the ALCS, the NLCS, and the World Series as baseball's postseason airs exclusively right here on the Fox Network. Be a part of history beginning on October the 9th. First and 10 Rams.
Here's where Bryant Young has to make a play for the 49er defense.
Marshall Falk to midfield. Stopped finally by Lance Schulters. He obviously didn't make the play.
No, he didn't. And, you know, here's the guy that did make the play. And again, he has such great vision. You see here, he starts to the left, and he tries to draw it out there, finds a hole in there, then he sees that next layer, then the next layer. And he's making a cut on that second layer before he even gets to that first layer.
Reggie McGrew was in the game in place of Stubblefield on that gain by Falk. Pitch is back to Candidate for a loss. That didn't look like a very synchronized play.
That's one of those things that as a coach looks good on Wednesday night about 12 o'clock at night.
When it's late, yeah.
They're not going to expect this. We'll put Trunk Candidate in there. They don't think we'll go to him, and then we'll do that. And you look at it and you say, where in the heck did I ever think of that one?
And why?
And I won't do it again. They have so many playmakers on this team that, you know, that they don't have to do that with a Trunk. They don't have to find something for him.
On second down, Warner drops, dumps it over the middle to Falk. And Falk gets close to a first down.
You know, that's the thing that we showed earlier that has to be so tough against a zone defense, because if you're playing zone, you have to get out. Now watch how Marshall Falk is going to, as these guys deepen up, he's going to come in and just go in the area that they vacate. You see, they go deep, and now he just goes and just sits right down there. Now, if you start coming up that tight and playing that in your zone, they're just going to throw the ends over your head.
Yep.
So you have to let them have that. And the bad part of it is you're letting Marshall Falk have it.
Third and short, about a yard. Warner's going to throw for it. Or run for it. Gets it to Marshall Falk again. He seems to always know where he is.
Because he knows how to play football. He's a very intelligent player, and he knows that Kurt Warner's in trouble. He knows when Kurt Warner gets in trouble, he has to give him an outlet. And Kurt Warner knows when he gets in trouble, he's looking to Marshall Falk to be his outlet.
Because he knows he'll find an open spot.
And that's exactly what, I mean, the 49ers had the defense, they had him rush, they had everything covered, and then Marshall Falk finds a little opening, and Kurt Warner hits him. That's why Kurt Warner was the MVP of the league 2 years ago, and Marshall Falk was the MVP of the league last year.
Falk again. To the 30. Zach Bronson up to make the stop. Clock running.
Well, Marshall Falk has been in this league now for 8 years, and he said he had to learn that, you know, it's not about me. You know, it's not about how many times I carry the ball or how many passes I catch or how many Isaac Bruce does or Torrey Holden or whoever. He said you just get ready to play, and when they call your number, you play.
Bryant Young being helped off by the 49er training staff.
And Bryant Young, I think, is really hurt. I mean, he's upset. There's going to be, let's watch him right here. Here's Bryant Young here. See what he's complaining about. He got cut right there. Cut by Ryan Tucker, the right tackle, and that's
Falk on second down. They push the pile, but don't get a first. But the clock still runs. They're looking at Bryant Young.
Yeah, remember when he broke his leg here? It was on a Monday night game.
Yeah.
Remember Steve Mariucci out there in the field with him holding his hand. And when he had surgery on his leg, they had a rod put in his leg.
BY they call him, and he is a real warrior.
He's their best player and the leader of this team.
McGrew has taken his place. Fault by Bronson.
But did you see the hole on that one? From that angle, you could see that one coming. You saw the Marshall Falk coming through with the lead in front of him. And there was a hole that was about 5 yards wide. Again, you see the lead right here. Look at the size of that hole.
Yep.
NFL Sunday is brought to you by UPS, moving at the speed of business.
We started modernizing sled operations in '78. We have to assure that billions of children receive billions of toys overnight. And UPS has the technology to help make this possible. Some elves have worked here long enough to remember the good old days when we'd make a little wooden train, write for Timmy on it, and leave it to Santa to figure it out. Today, we can track any toy from the time it leaves our facility to the time it arrives under the tree. It's a better system. And between you and me, I don't miss the reindeer. Stubborn, stubborn animals.
Think you're tough enough to drive a Tacoma? Join the club.
There's some profoundly evil people walking the streets right now.
I'm police! King Kong ain't got nothing on me! Boom!
Training Day, rated R, starts October 5th. Pep Boys salutes the spirit of America. For over 80 years, we've been proud to be a part of that spirit. Proud to have helped keep America moving. Now more than ever, you can count on us to keep you moving and help keep America's spirit strong.
Today's game is being produced by Bob Stenner, directed by Sandy Grossman. Associate Director Mike Roig, the broadcast associates Charles McDonald and Kerry Kloster. Technical producers Bob Muller. The pregame show is produced by Scott Ackerson, directed by Bob Levy. The senior producers Bill Brown. The executive producers of Fox Sports are Ed Gorin and David Hill.
Yeah, the 49ers took a timeout just before that 2-minute warning. So there's still 2 minutes and 3 seconds left. Marshall Faulk has been the whole offense here.
Here's Faulk again. To about the 11, stopped again by Zach Bronson. And now we get the 2-minute warning. 30-26 Rams.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow, all right?
Lunch is over. Buy a Coors Light?
Sold.
Sold? Now that's music to this banker's ears. Listen, I've already offered a lot more than this little bar is worth.
I'm not selling. Build your condos around us.
I don't get it. What makes this dive so special?
This bar's packed every night with people who love their Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light.
Rocky Mountain Cold? Whatever. Hey, moved to Colorado. I want this place. Nobody's gonna stop me. Not you or your beer.
Bar towel.
The Duke?
I'll ask the questions.
What time is it?
Time for me to leave?
And?
Coors Light's on me.
Here you go.
Okay, I had that coming. Next round's on the Duke.
Like hell, that is.
Point. Shoot. Create. The HP Pavilion 7970s with the Intel Pentium 4 processor. How will you use it? Save up to $250 by mail on the HP Digital Photography Studio.
.26. The Rams just outside the 49er 10. Second down. Back to Marshall Faulk, who's going to come back this way. And Faulk lost maybe a couple. Ahmed. Plummer up.
The
to make the
49ers
stop.
take another timeout. I wonder if that's an organized play, because that's the
That's the
second
third time.
yeah, that we've seen that where he pitches it out to Falk going to the right, and then he just cuts it right back to the left, and Kurt Warner has blocked both of those times.
That's what makes me think it's a planned play, an
Yeah, now
organized
watch
play.
it. He's going to start here. Now, Kurt Warner's going to come back here. You see, and he stops, and Kurt Warner's going to make that block. That was a successful block.
Yeah.
I think, as a coach, I think that's one of those plays that you draw up on Wednesday nights. I mean, to have Marshall Falk reverse his field and be led by Kurt Warner, who has a bad thumb, I don't know that I would be thinking of that play with a clear head.
That's one of those that you draw up when you get against a defense that pursues heavily.
And you've been drinking decaffeinated coffee.
Late at night?
Yeah. You forgot to put the caffeine in. The big play here for the 40. That's a big play for both teams.
Yeah, it is. It's Falk on the trap to about the 6. And if that's where it is, that's enough for a first down.
That gives Marshall Falk over 100 yards. He's been something today. He's still wearing Orlando Pace's belt. You just watch here this lead. I mean, he's the guy that's going to do it. See what they did? They brought Orlando Pace around. They brought the left tackle around, and he led him through. Look at this drive: 7 rushes, 48 yards, 2 catches for 20 yards. So on this drive, Marshall Falk has had 68 yards. For some backs in this league, that's a play. Now the Rams are just going to kneel down here the rest of this game. 49ers have no timeouts left.
30-26. Looks like it's going to be the final score.
Now the Rams are in their celebration. Yep. They've had two road games. The first one against Philadelphia.
Overtime,
and then here against the 49ers gave them everything they could take.
But this one you were pointing out a minute ago, and I agree. This one, it looked like the Rams were in charge from the very beginning.
Yeah. I mean, you felt that way, but then the scoreboard would sometimes show that the score was even or the 49ers were ahead.
Yeah.
But I always had the feeling the Rams were winning this one. I think Bryant Young, we saw him come out with an injury, and it was his ankle, not the leg. In fact, it was the other leg, not the same leg that he had broken.
That last trap play that got that clutch first down was where he would have been playing. 30-26. Kurt Warner, Marshall Falk, and the Rams 30-26.
Hope you enjoyed the game of your choice, everybody. Right now, we're going to take you out to the conclusion of another game. I'll return after the final gun with the wrap-up of today's action here on NFL Sunday Ticket.
There are a couple of LeVon Kirkland jerseys. As the Seahawks fans certainly hope for better days from their team, but yet to score a touchdown this season. They're measuring after the penalty to see if they got enough for the first down.
And Seahawks fans are going to have to be patient on offense. I think defensively they've improved.
And the penalty gave them the first down. You know, the way this game has gone for Seattle, it's probably an appropriate finish.
And one thing you know about Ricky is he's going to line up next week, like he has for the last 9 years plus. He's going to line up and play his hearts out. He's one guy on offense today that performed.
Yeah, Ricky Waters, 18 carries for 83 yards. Had 140 yards combined in the season opener. Philadelphia content to just take a knee. Keep in mind, as this game finishes, we'll try and get you down to San Francisco for the conclusion of the 49ers-Rams contest. A big day of big smiles for the Eagles.
And Hugh Douglas always finds something to smile about. He was talking about, the rats and the vets. Yeah, how big they are. The rats eat the cats at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia.
He's always talking about something. We were talking to him.
He loves Philadelphia, though.
He loves it there. He doesn't want to move to the new stadium.
Yeah, he bought a brand new Ferrari last year. He had a fleet of cars, about 8 cars. He bought a Ferrari. But he said he can't drive it through the streets of Philadelphia. There's too many potholes.
But he likes it that way. So the Eagles will go to 1-1. Andy Reid getting a chance in his first contest against the guy who brought him into coaching, basically, starting at BYU in 1982 as a graduate assistant under Mike Holmgren, will get the victory, facing Holmgren for the first time. Holmgren watches his Seattle team fail to score a touchdown for the second straight game this season, and they're going to fall 27-3, drop to 0-2 on the year, or make it 1-1, pardon me. Both teams will be 1-1 after this. That'll be the final play. Jim Johnson, defensive coordinator, and Andy Reid congratulating each other on a job well done as the Eagles put up 27 points, and their defense stands strong, giving up only 3. As a matter of fact, Seattle had only 147 total yards in this ball game against the Philadelphia defense.
Yeah, and that man had a breakout day here for the Eagles, what he was brought in here for. And he can't have the breakout day unless Donovan McNabb delivers it to him. And that man was special today, as I think the entire National Football League has seen.
2 touchdown passes by McNabb, both to Thrash, who had 165 yards receiving. McNabb also ran for 1. Matt Hasselbeck, well, this was a tough afternoon for the kid in just his second NFL start. Only 9 completions and 62 yards. But there will be better days. Mike Holmgren knows that. He's got the frown on his face right now, but one day knows he'll be able to turn it upside down. But it won't be today. Eagles win it 27-3. Back with more after this.
Hello again, Spencer Tillman here with you on NFL Sunday Ticket. I'll fill you in on everything from around the National Football League, score stats, today's top performers, and more right after this short 30-second break.
The greatest battle of the last great war. One hero will rise up to inspire a nation. One soldier will be sent to stop him dead. Joseph Fiennes, Jude Law, Rachel Weisz, and Ed Harris. Enemy at the gates.
Playing this month on Blockbuster Ticket, only on DirecTV.
It has been already a very busy day of NFL action, everybody, but week 2 is not complete. More football is on the way. Later tonight on ESPN Sunday Night Football, the Broncos' high-powered offense tries to adjust without injured stars Ed McCaffrey and Terrell Davis against Arizona. Jake Plummer and the Cards make their season debut after a Week 1 bye tonight on ESPN. Tomorrow on ABC's Monday Night Football, the Pack is back. Favre rocks and green rolls. In Washington, a new coach, new quarterback, new prime time. They seek more rhythm and less blues. Washington, Green Bay, Monday night on ABC. Yes, back in 1964, then Commissioner Pete Rozelle made parity a league-wide objective. It would seem some 37 years later, that's become a reality. Several upsets today on Week 2 of NFL action, beginning with this shocker here. Yes, it's not an error. Cincinnati has defeated Baltimore 21-10 as your final. John Kitna threw for a touchdown and ran for another. 6 turnovers hard to overcome for the defending world champions. The Jacksonville Jaguars upset the Tennessee Titans by the count of 13-6. Eddie George had 79 yards, but still struggling perhaps a little bit with that corrected toe in surgery this offseason. Stacey Mack, meantime, 80 yards, 1 touchdown, replacing Fred Taylor, who went out with a groin injury early in the first half. How about Indianapolis and Buffalo? A banner day there, 42-26, the difference there. Peyton Manning, 421 yards, 4 touchdown passes. Edgerrin James, 111 yards, 1 touchdown. 5th consecutive 100-yard performance for him, eclipsing Eric Dickerson's old Colt mark. And how about Marvin Harrison? 7 receptions, 146 yards. Here's another score. Miami has defeated Oakland 18-15. 5 seconds left in that game. Jay Fiedler with his 2nd rushing touchdown to give the Dolphins the win there. Miami has not lost at home since '93. They still are in the driver's seat at third place in the month of September. How about Chicago over Minnesota? Minnesota still struggling to find some offense. Jim Miller, 204 yards passing, 2 touchdowns in Chicago's win. Atlanta, 24-16 winners over the Carolina Panthers. Chandler, 244 yards passing, a 24-16 win in that contest. Emmitt Smith does eclipse Barry Sanders for the #2 all-time rushing mark. He needed 66 going in. He finished with 85 on the day, but on the short end, 32-21 losers to San Diego. Here's some other finals for you. Kansas City falls to New York Giants 13-3 despite 3 interceptions by Kerry Collins. Ron Dane had an excellent performance on the ground. Cleveland, can you believe this when Butch Davis gets a win 24-14? That's a final over the Detroit Lions. Detroit was the last team last year in terms of average points. 10 points a game they put up against Detroit, however, 24 spot. Tim Couch, 3 touchdown passes in that contest. Here's some other scores to pass along your way. The final, the New York Jets over New England, 10-3. Herman Edwards gets his win, his first. He joins Butch Davis in the rookie coach category for a win today. Philadelphia, it has gone final, 27-3 over Seattle. And St. Louis has defeated San Francisco 49ers 30-26, just like old times. Want another quick review of scores and stats? Click over to NFL Sunday Snap for a complete breakdown of all team and individual performances. Access NFL.com. Here's a look at some of today's top statistical performers, courtesy of NFL.com. As we talked about, Peyton Manning had the banner day, over 400 yards passing. Donovan McNabb was stellar as well, 283 yards passing, a couple of touchdowns as well. In the passing department, in terms of receivers, we talked about Morrison had a outstanding performance. Anderson with 98 yards receiving. Jackson with 124 yards receiving on the day among some of the rushing leaders. Some other stats that perhaps will impress you. In the receiving department, Parthon, 168 yards, 9 receptions, and Thrash with 165 yards and 10 receptions. Several of today's stars overcame adverse field conditions. Ever wonder how NFL players keep from slipping and sliding through the rain, mud, or some frozen fields? The following Innovations in Football feature provides some insight.
Brought to you by NFL Sunday Ticket and the American Plastics Council. You can test your knowledge of how plastics have helped revolutionize the NFL by going to plastics.org and registering to play. All entries will have a chance to win our grand prize of a trip for 2 to the 2002 Pro Bowl in Hawaii. Correct weekly entries are placed into a drawing for great NFL merchandise. In addition to cleats, today's football shoes contain up to 7 different types of plastics. Plastics help meet players' demands for protection, performance, and comfort. Here's this week's question. Today's players have abandoned the days of steel spikes in favor of plastic removable cleats that protect players and allow for maximum traction on all surfaces. Who designed the first removable cleat in the 1920s? Go to plastics.org to enter and find out who won last week's drawing. Be sure to tune in next week for another opportunity to win great NFL merchandise and a trip to the 2002 NFL Pro Bowl in Hawaii on the Innovations in Football sweepstakes.
Americans everywhere have united to pull our country through these difficult days. Many NFL players constantly contribute much to their communities. Email me at spencer@nfl.com and let me know who you think merits recognition for their dedicated service off the field and why. I'll read some of your comments next Sunday. Week 3 offers up 12 more great NFL contests for your pleasure. The Bucs and the Vikes slug it out in an important NFC Central matchup. The Saints march into the Meadowlands, and Favre and the Pack set out to give rookie Winky some lessons. A couple of interesting interconference tilts with the Dolphins in St. Louis and the Chiefs visiting the Vikings and the Redskins. Meanwhile, the Colts are in New England. The Steelers return to action in Buffalo, and the Ravens and the Broncos headline the late games that includes the Falcons off to Arizona. The Seahawks travel to the Bay to battle the Raiders. A pair of surprising undefeated teams, the Bengals and the Chargers, square off in San Diego, and the Browns visit the Jaguars. I'll see you again in 2 weeks as I'll be broadcasting that game from Jacksonville next week for CBS. Kindly sitting in for me will be a veteran of NFL Sunday Ticket, host Scott Lasky. It has certainly been difficult for all of us to return to the fun and enjoyment of football, but we feel it's important to do our part to promote healing and positive morale by bringing you the best brand of entertainment on the planet. That's NFL football. I'm Spencer Tillman. Thanks for spending today with us on NFL Sunday Ticket. Before we leave, we offer this thought. The ultimate measure of a people is not determined in time of convenience and content, but rather in time of trial and contempt. In the past 2 weeks, our faith has stood trial, and as history will reveal, we will pass this test. God bless you.
Hey, sports fans, enjoy the big game from the best seat in the house. New from Imagineer, the makers of Aerobed, it's the Game Day Aero Minute Chair, the portable football fan's chair that inflates in under 1 minute. There's never been anything like it. Look, the Game Day Aero Minute Chair comes with its own patented powerful rechargeable pump. Just twist it on and watch it work. No hands required. So convenient you'll take it everywhere. Imagine in under 60 seconds you can enjoy the ultimate football fan's chair anywhere. Game over? The amazing Minute Chair deflates just as easily. The patented air release valve deflates the chair twice as fast in under 30 seconds. Choose from 31 officially licensed NFL teams, all in authentic team colors with original logos. Quality constructed of heavy-duty PVC with electronically welded seams. So strong it comes with a 1-year warranty. When size matters, the Game Day Aero Minute Chair is wide enough for the biggest fans. There are 2 built-in cup holders, stabilizer cushions to prevent spills, and an incredible patented rechargeable pump and valve. Inflates in 60 seconds, deflates in 30 seconds. The Game Day Aero Minute Chair works indoors or outdoors. It's the perfect seat for the Sunday afternoon game, or the ideal party chair for your next tailgate party. It's durable enough for the dorm, the ideal chair for Dad's den or deck. It's the extra chair that's always there when you need it. When the game is over, just deflate, roll up, and it stores easily in the closet or in the trunk of your car. Call now and order everyone's favorite chair from Imagineer. Order the Game Day Aero Minute Chair. Now only 4 easy payments of $19.99 in your choice of 31 official NFL teams. Call now to receive a matching tote bag as a free gift. So don't delay. Order the best seat in the house today.
Use your credit card and call 1-800-527-3080 to order your Game Day Aero Minute Chair. Or send check or money order for the full amount plus shipping and handling to the address on your screen. Just 4 easy payments of $19.99. Call now. Number
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Warriors. Hey, it's Monday night. We ain't got to lose. We hanging loose. We hanging loose. This group win the game. This group wins the game. We the, hey, they say we the weak. They say we the weak. You scared, get a dog. Let's go ball, baby. DB's on 3. 1, 2, 3, DB. Go. Hey, I've been seeing referees pull up. What's up with that? You what? I said I've been seeing a lot of refs pull up. You guys not in shape? No, we're ready to go. You ready to go? All right, we ready for the football? All right, baby. This is going to be wonderful.
They begin with a double tight end set and start on the ground, and Volk can take him down.
Already. That's one. That's one. Hey, T-Box, turn it off. Out of bounds. Out of bounds. Out of bounds. 1 foot. Yeah. Hey, y'all be calm. Be calm until we get it all out, right? I didn't see one of those formations before. Hey, neither did I. I didn't either. I was just trying to stay cool and make sure I was deciphering it.
Hakeem fields it back at the 15-yard line, and it's going to break one. Hakeem with only the punter to beat. Bruin can't knock him down. He'll go all the way for a touchdown.
DP, it's all right. Come on. Hey, don't get down. Don't worry about it. Hey, it's all right. So I got on his shoulders, he broke under me. So I had to flip turn. Hey, let's just calm down and play. We all right. We all right. Ron, good job. All right, let's lock and load.
From the 25, Greasy throws, slant to Smith, and Rod Smith takes it into the end zone.
They don't know. They don't know. Let's take what's ours. Take what belongs to us, damn it. Take what belongs to us.
Go Colts! Go Colts!
The Indy Colts are playing tough, moving the ball, strutting their stuff. We got the edge, Marvin Harrison too. Peyton Manning, they're the man in blue. There's a three-headed monster on the loose again, showing up the field. The Colts are gonna win. Go Colts! Go Colts! We got Terrence, Marcus, Mike and Ken, Adam Meadows, and Tarek Glenn. We got Jason Ellis, Jeff and Chad, Cornelius Bennett. Whoa, that dude is bad. Everybody cheers. The Colts have come to play. With Coach Jim Mora, we're going all the way. Go Colts! Go Colts!
Manning under center, drops the throw, the quick pass over the middle, caught by Harrison, gone! He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! He's got Harrison wide open, Marvin's got it to 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! The 8th time this year! Touchdown, Edgar and James! The Colts are up 16-0. Touchdown to Marvin Harrison, and the Colts lead the Eagles 26-0. Touchdown, an 80-yard pass, and the Colts lead 36-3. Vanderjagt's kick is on the way. It's on target. It is good. The Colts win. Wow! Wow!
Go Colts! Go Colts! The Indy Colts gonna stop the run, gonna stop the pass. We're number one. Got the zone blitz, making tackles and blocks. Listen to